Hey guys, we're back for some more Standard, and today I have a mono-white aggro deck for you. I was really enjoying playing the Boros deck, but I just kind of got thinking about mono-white and seeing if there's a way we can really make the best use of Lantern Flare. And then I kind of got to thinking, well, how about sort of like a life game sort of oriented version of mono-white? You've got Voice of the Blessed, and for the enablers, in order to get it, in order to pump it up and give it counters, you have 4 copies of Lunarch Veteran, which you're going to be running in mono-white typically anyways against the mono-red matchup. And then 4 copies of Ruin Lurker Bat. So both of these 1-drops will set up Voice of the Blessed to be a 3/3 on turn 2, which is absolutely fantastic. Also, I was really impressed by Lantern Flare. Even just without the cleave, this is really, really good, especially against mono-red. So I put in 2 copies of Lantern Flare, and then I also have 4 copies of Steel Seraph, which basically you set up your Voice of the Blessed on turn 2. It comes in as a 3/3 if you've got your Ruin Lurker Bat or your Lunarch Veteran. And then on turn 3, you play your Steel Seraph, give it lifelink, and just kind of go to town. So this deck tries to have a lot of really high sort of target, high-value threats. You have 4 copies of Voice of the Blessed, which in most lifelink kind of centered decks are like a must-kill for your opponent. And then we also have 4 Regal Bunnicorns. Just because we are going a little bit wide, we've got 4 copies of Reinforcements, which work really well with Warden of the Inner Sky, and they also work great with Knight Errant of Eos to kind of help set us up so we can go and search for whatever we need. So I think that, because we're going a little bit wide here, Bunnicorn is a huge threat. So we've got Bunnicorn, we have Voice of the Blessed, 4 copies of Adeline, which both goes tall and wide. And then we have our Knight Errant of Eos, and Steel Seraph is also sort of bigger threats. So I'm very excited about this deck. I've only done maybe a game or so, already up a game, really happy with it. And yeah, let's jump in. So basically, yeah, the plan here is to just, it's very straightforward. You just kind of red zone your opponent as quickly as possible, gaining life all the while. 1 copy of Skrelv here, just to kind of help protect our high-value threats. We've got a lot of them. We have Bunnicorn, Voice of the Blessed, Adeline, Steel Seraph, kind of as your sort of main protection targets. But 2 copies of Mirrex here in the land, just because I want to be able to access double white basically all the time, since we've got Adeline, Voice of the Blessed. So just a couple copies of Mirrex to help make extra tokens for like the Bunnicorn. And then 2 copies of Iganjo, just because you'll probably see about 1 a game that way. We have 17 planes, we've got tons of room for extras. So all that said, let's go ahead and hop into some games. If you're new here, thanks so much for stopping by. I really appreciate you. And if you like my content, please consider subscribing. It really does help the channel quite a bit. And I really appreciate you guys enjoying my content. For my returning viewers, thank you so much again for your support. It really does mean the world to me. So thank you guys again for being here. So currently at 98% Mythic here. Just been climbing the ladder a little bit. And yeah, really excited. This hand looks great. We've got a nice turn 1 bat into turn 2 Voice of the Blessed. We are in the draw, so depends what the opponent has, but this could be a great hand. Again, if you guys haven't already looked at the upcoming spoiler for the new set, I am pretty excited about it, and I'm hoping to do some drafting next month. So if that sounds exciting to you, I'm excited about it. So hopefully you guys will check it out also. But yeah, Standard is always my favorite. But hopefully if we can qualify here in the top 250, we can get set up for the qualifier weekend, which will be sealed of the new set. Yeah, I'm not sure how I missed Lantern Flare before, but this card is just excellent, especially in like really high creature builds. Against mono red, like I had it hit for like 5 or 6 life, and it's just been enough to turn the corner, stabilize, and yeah, it felt great. Okay, Selesnya. And yeah, just kind of right on plan, we'll go ahead, drop our Voice of the Blessed, get in, start getting some counters. And then we've got Lantern Flare if we need another counter in a pinch, because it does gain us life and will give us a counter to Voice of the Blessed. Okay, really nice pickup there. So yeah, I think now we want to just go ahead and set up for Bat plus Bunnicorn. And then we can play our reinforcements the next turn, pumping up our Bunnicorn. I'm going to play the Bat pre-combat here, just in case they have some sort of nonsense where it would matter to have the extra damage from Lantern Flare. Our opponent really hasn't kind of done much here, just drawn a bunch of cards. But yeah, we're happy to take advantage here. Ganjo's a nice pickup. So now we can go ahead and reinforcements at instant speed for our Bunnicorn, but yeah, we're just going to shove in. And then we'll get set up here for flying very soon. And I think that should pretty much do it. So now if we Lantern Flare on their Skrelv, actually I suppose we could Lantern Flare their Calyx and force them to spend 2 life, which is kind of the same. That will, I guess if they allow it to go through, then we bring our Voice of the Blessed up to a 7/7. We've got 9. Could potentially get there somehow next turn. But yeah, I think we might as well just go ahead and Lantern Flare now. We'll try to hit Calyx and just see if they allow it. If they pay 2 life, that's fine too. So I think for mana efficiency, we could reinforcements here. It is worth noting that if we draw like Lunarch Veteran, we would be able to get the extra points to win in the air. But I think, you know, they've only got 3 blockers. We are going to be at least forcing them to block with Calyx, and we can use Iganjo. And we can force blocks on the other ones here. We'll lose some of our 1/1s, but that's fine. Okay, and Veteran, yeah, I guess Veteran was the next card. Yeah, I guess that's fine, doesn't really matter. I think we're in a pretty good place. But yeah, if you've been wounded by mono red, I mean, this is the deck for you. You have 14 different cards in the deck that all gain life. And yeah, this hand looks great. Alright, let's lead out here with Veteran. Okay, another Selesnya Enchantments match. I guess we might as well get the other Veteran going. Yeah, land looks great. Don't need another land. So they're probably considering whether or not to wait on the ossification to get 2 targets. I guess they feel like Adeline's enough of a threat to just go for it. Yeah, now I'm glad I've got the veterans going here. And that's a great pickup for us. So here we're probably taking a whole bunch of damage if they decide to use Weaver on it. I guess maybe they have like another ossification. Or just double Jukai is pretty nasty. Yeah, this is one of our money cards, so we're super happy to see this. And then I guess the question is, do we want to keep growing our Warden here, or do we want to start working on the next one? I think probably just keep maybe increasing the size of this one, because they could have all kinds of weird nonsense. And this will take a while to get going. Chuck that Plans to the bottom, and then let's get some more triggers for Voice of the Blessed. Yeah, I guess pumping up our Warden was definitely the right move there. Okay, they just want to draw some cards here, which I totally understand. And I think we really have to kill this thing since it is lifelink. So they do draw a card, and hopefully they don't go like too insane off of it. Oh, you know what? I didn't realize they could Weaver the Audacity trigger there. That's actually really nasty. I should have let that through, maybe. So I kind of want to get in with Voice of the Blessed and just like wait for them to block. And then we can get the crazy triggers off Reinforcements, kind of as a potential blowout. I guess the problem there is they can like quad block it then. And we turned it into like I guess a 9/9, so we could take out two of their guys, but it's not as good. I think maybe it's better to just push without the blowout, unfortunately. Oh, Lantern Flare is going to be amazing. And that Weaver's really doing work. All right, and that should do it. With their Scrolve offline, we can Lantern Flare right now. And then just to make sure, we'll pump up our Warden. Feels good. Man, this was a match that I used to be really, really scared of. Feels like so much easier with Voice of the Blessed. And they actually had quite a decent draw there. They were doing some good work with that Weaver. They definitely could have potentially drawn into some really nasty stuff, like maybe like a Calyx. But that match felt so much better than really pretty much any of the other decks I've played. So far so good. Opening hand looks nuts. One land and we're just totally set. Even without a land. Turn 1 Veteran, turn 2 Voice of the Blessed. Okay, I guess another Selesnya. Although this is definitely not Selesnya enchantment, something a little bit different. This deck gets out of hand really quickly. Okay, yeah, I've seen this deck before. So I think here we want to just, wow. Adeline is really good. I mean, Runelurker Bat into Night Errant of Eos is also quite good. But we're kind of on like a clock here, so I think Adeline might be the move. And they're going to gain a boatload of life here in just a minute. Oh yeah. Thankfully, they don't have the Aggro of Autumn yet. They're probably considering whether or not to put the third counter on Warden, but I think it would be probably suicide. Okay, I don't think Adeline's going to be big enough here to push. I guess, let's see, so if it attacks, it'll be 6 power, it'll be 7 power with Knight Errant. If we play another creature, it'll be 8. It's getting close, but I don't think it's quite enough. So let's search for 3. Maybe search for 4. Yeah, I don't think we're pushing with Adeline. I think we want to cast as many spells as we can this turn. So maybe we go for 4. Okay, that seems pretty good. Veteran plus Runelurker Bat feels pretty good. Bunnicorn is also great. Maybe just Bunnicorn plus Lunarch Veteran. Although we get the double if we do it this way. And we don't have any way of giving the Bunnicorn flight just yet. So I think I'm going to go for these 2. Yeah, and they're going to pack it in. Whew! This deck feels great, I gotta tell you. Yeah, let's look at the breakdown. I think it's currently 100% win rate because I've only played one game before these three, but let's just double check. Yeah, 100% win rate, 4-0. I guess 3 against Selesnya and 1 against Dimir. So, yeah. Try the deck out. It has a ton of rares, so it is going to be quite expensive to craft. I think it's like 31 rares. So, however, it is a ton of fun to play. And yeah, we'll see you guys here for the next one. Again, if you like my content, please consider subscribing. Thanks, guys.